Okay, so I'm in my pigeon loft, trying to hide from this flicker. It's working a box. Try to get a better video. He just saw me. All right. One of the tricks to getting flickers to nest is they like a deep nest box like you see there. Okay. And then you fill the entire thing up with pine shavings. And you let them excavate it. It's part of the process for them. And what you see going on is the excavation process. I don't know if that's the male or the female. Flickers are sexually dimorphic, which means you can look at them and tell the sexes apart. Most of the North American woodpeckers are like that. But the male flicker has got feathers on his face, on his chin, near his beak, that look like a mustache. And I can't really see because of the sunlight. But he is going to excavate that hole to his liking. So we got a pair of bluebirds next to him building a nest. We got him building a nest. We got martins building nests. This is a perfect example to give a little lesson in how our environment and nature works when it's proper. We have all sorts of cavity nesting birds in this country, and they can all live peacefully, nesting next to each other, just like this. You've got flickers, you got bluebirds, tree swallows, and purple martins all nesting literally within feet and yards of each other without any issues. Okay? Then you introduce house sparrows, then you introduce starlings to this country. The last two species come from Europe. And you wouldn't see this, because what happens is the starlings will run everybody else out. If you can't run them out, they kill them. That's what they do with flickers. They'll kill flickers. They'll kill bluebirds. They'll kill martins. House sparrows will kill bluebirds on the nest, and they will take every cavity here. They would be causing havoc. They would be, all these birds would be fighting. There would just be a mess, and what would happen is all the house sparrows would come together, and the starlings would be all together. There'd be a couple pairs of starlings, and tons of house sparrows. They ruin the environment. They ruin the diversity. They ruin everything. And the sad thing is most uneducated people have no idea. They have no idea how this works. And they say, oh, well, birds are part of nature. Well, no, they're not part of nature when man screws things up. We screw things up enough. Okay, and when we introduce species into parts of the world that don't belong, and don't give me this crap where, oh, human beings shouldn't be here, because I get that crap all the time. That's not the point. The point is, when creatures co-evolve or coexist, created, whatever you want to call them, and are put in certain environments, they live peacefully, if not in harmony, but in balance together. And it works. You introduce a species from another part of the world that it doesn't belong in, and you create chaos, you create havoc. And if you do that, then you are obligated to correct the problem. So I have no problem killing house sparrows. I have no problem killing starlings. It's kind of my mantra, because I'm a huge believer in giving native species help. Because the truth is, the government's not going to help any of these things. It's up to private individuals like you and I to make a difference. And if you are too much of a pussy, to be honest with you, to deal with the house sparrow starling problem, you have no business messing with martins. You have no business messing with bluebirds. You have no business working with any native cavity nesting birds if you're not willing to do what it takes. And that's the truth. You're too much of a pussy to kill them. And that's all it comes down to. Ripping out their nests don't do anything. Relocating them doesn't do anything. You just have to kill them. And you know what? And this is dedicated to you, Jeff Kaiser, because you don't know any better. So besides that, this is interesting behavior. And if you watch, the bluebirds are building in the background too. So I'm catching two species building at the same time, which is really nice. And I'm only, let's see, 10, 20, 30 feet. I'm 30 feet from this bird working the nest box. And I think that's the male. I think I see the mustache. I know this must be boring to some people. I understand that. But it's a lot of hard work to get this to happen. A lot of hard work. I spend every day managing my property for this to happen. And he's finally noticed me. He's probably a little bit apprehensive because I am here. That is something he's going to have to get used to. I'm happy to let them do their work in the morning a little bit. Calling his mate. Okay, now back to work. Flickers actually spend a lot of time on the ground. And there he goes.